Alright, so level 38, ready to get your next class. You got two choices. You got the light path, Vanadis. You got the dark path of Starlancer. You're not sure which one to take. Something about the light, you know. If you already went down the light path before, you're gonna stick with the light. You're gonna stand in the light and go Vanadis. So let's see what you're gonna get. First things first, new class, new goodies. You're gonna get a class passive, a tier 3. Let's see what it is. This is Mana Blessing. Recovers 7% HP for all allies after winning a battle. This is quite good because Riesz does not get any healing spells like Charlotte, Duran, or Kevin. So she will have to, if she's going to heal the team, she's going to get it from places like this. She's also going to get a new class strike. This one is quite good. Tied for the best of all her three classes, her tier 3 classes. Massive AoE, lots of damage, lots of hits, lots of chances for crits. Good stuff. Alright, so let's check our moves here. Again, the first 3 is going to be your first class. Second 3 is going to be your tier 2 class. These 3 will be different depending on whether you go the light path or the dark path. We went with light, Vanadis, and let's see what we got. Again, she keeps to the pattern of 2 stat increases and 1 ability. This is good because she's going to be getting tons of strength throughout the story. So she gets light a guidance, and this is all allies attack increase 7% when HP is above 50%. So this is the same as the attack boost. This is a soft buff. It stacks. It's a soft buff aura. It's going to stack with anything and everything. The only difference is the Starlancer just got a more powerful version. This one, you have the requirement of being above 50 HP. That's not too bad because actually that's quite generous. 50 HP, especially when you combine it with her class passive. Every fight you're going to get 7%. And she has a couple other nifty abilities that she'll get in this class and others. That will, help keep your team up. It's really not that bad. So the 50% is quite generous, and you're not going to run into any issues. So on this front, she's equal to the Starlancer. Same deal, stamina. She gets a defense boost all, but it's renamed Light of Refuge, and it's the same requirement, 50%. This, of course, costs 27 points in the stamina, which you do not want to do. Your points are much better used in one of the other trees. And even then, it is a defense passive, and you don't need it. Alrighty. Intelligence. So, each of her tier 3 classes will get a summon. So class 3, she turns into a caster of sorts because the summons are based off of intellect and magic attack. So she is now a caster. The thing to note about the summons is that they have a long cast time. I mean, relative to the things in this game. It's not like a quick level 1 spell where you just throw it out. And the other thing to note is that they hit really hard. They have a very high attack power, but they also cost a lot of MP. And especially when you are, as soon as you change at 38, it's still going to be a very, very high MP cost. It's going to chunk your MP, and you'll see that. So it's still good. Freya's is a line type AoE, just a Just a big, think of it as a beam super from any game. Charging up your laser, you know, that old stuff. She also gets auto HP heal for everyone. You're probably not going to use this. I suppose that you could. It's only 1% over 10 seconds. I mean, every 10 seconds, but it is for everyone. So, I mean, you're probably not going to use it. Still, you're going to want to go into it for Freya. It's just going to give you some options, you know, so that you won't have to always be slapping things around with your spear. You can just drop a Freya and laugh. And you know, you're going to want to get the 10 intellect, because intellect will increase the damage of this move. Alright, going on to spirit. The first thing that we can see here is there is no multi-target version of these buffs. This is the main difference between Vanadis and Starlancer. Starlancer, of course, gets multi-target buffs. One size fits all. It's good for the whole team. Vanadis still gets some things to mitigate that, and can more or less be equal, somewhat equal footing. The Vanadis is the min-max type of mindset when it comes to buffing the party. So let's see what these abilities are. So damage CS boost. This could be good. Again, the Vanadis is the DPS damage dealing carry class in the third for the light. In the third tier, the Starlancer would be the support, the battery. Vanadis can do quite well being a DPS, even in her own right. You could actually main her throughout the game. Obviously, someone like Kevin or Duran will be throwing out more damage, but Kevin or Duran can never throw out Freya's, or, you know. So she's pretty good. So I mean, in that sense, this may have some use. 7%. It is rather high. I mean, you're all you need to do is just get bumped into, and there you have it. On top of that, she gets Oracle. Now, the first thing to note is that this is a chain ability, and this is quite good. You don't go Vanadis for this, but I mean, it's something to look forward to. Let's go ahead and max these. Okay, we will come back to Oracle in a bit. So we're going to go luck. Again, luck. Riesz has a very good luck tree. You want to pick up the luck points. A lot of your luck throughout the game is going to come, well, most of it's gonna, getting tongue-tied here. Mostly all of it is going to come from leveling. So you're not going to see, you know, the 2 luck, 1 ability like you will with, you know, something like these, stamina, strength. So, and it's the same for everyone, even on Hawk. Hawk has the highest luck in the game. He still suffers this this order. All right, so let's see what we got here. 21 to 33, of course. These 3 are our new abilities for our tier 3 light class. First one that we get is extra potent, and this is as good as you might think. The difference between Starlancer and Vanadis is the Starlancer is a one-size-fits-all. It's blanket buffing. You buff one, you buff them all, and easy peasy, quality of life. This one, so she has single target buffs here, and this is serviceable in a sense that if you're using a party where you only have one strong character, that's really the only character that you need to buff. Let's just learn these so that I can menu in and out here. So you only need to buff your carry or your main, and at the very least also buff Riesz because she is quite good at being she's a fighter. The core aspect of her class is a fighter. She starts off as a fighter and only gets better as a fighter. So you would really only need to buff Kevin. So for example, in this comp I have Hawkeye, and he went down the dark path. He is the edgelord, and he is magical. He uses ninja magic, and he throws out where is it? There we are. Dark Rain. So these are all magic attacks. So if you were going to use a Starlancer and drop attack up for everyone, it really wouldn't. I mean, obviously more stats are better to have in every stat. You know, always. That's never going to change. But he really doesn't need the strength on him. Just Kevin. And again, this isn't the party that I was using. I believe I had Riesz and Kevin as something different. I cannot recall. But so he's not going to make too much use of the strength that he's getting. However, Kevin will and Riesz will. And this is exactly what extra potent allows for. You would buff Kevin and you would get the buff on yourself. So Vanadis works in parties where you have one strong carry DPS character and 2 supports. So this is good. It's quite good. This is again the min-max method of buffing. Let's go to random buff here. So when you buff a character, you will get a random buff on top of it. This is even better than it sounds. But first, let's go over the moveset here. So she gets no new moves with the combo. She does get a finisher. And what's interesting about this finisher is that it is a multi-hit finisher. Unlike all of her other ones. Doesn't get it. However, she'll get a multi-hit one. And look at that. That's quite nice. Again, multi-hits are good for applying status with power attacks. There's many abilities that you need to do that with. And also the more chances for crit. So that's quite good. Nothing else has changed. Again, this is what you have from the first class. Alrighty, so moving on. So let's go back to the... We already have this. Let's do that for later. Let's do these just because. So with random buff, you would do attack up and you would get one of these. But that's not all. You're not just getting one of these 3, because otherwise it really wouldn't be worth it, because you would only cast strengthen, and then, I mean, these ones are nice, but the thing about random buff is that you can get other buffs like Moon Saber. Not Moon Saber, Moon Energy. So let's demonstrate this. Let's go. We can do this at the same time. Extra potent. And random buff. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buff Kevin. This is my job as support. Let's see what happens. Look at that. He has attack and defense. And I have attack. So, I mean, it's pretty good. And you can do this over and over again, and you will get all the buffs. So now we're magic. He has all the magic. Nope, didn't get... Let's see if we can get some Moon Saber in there. Or some Nature Aura. Or crit. Come on now. RNG. Is just brutal. Let's do this for good luck. All right. What did we get? There we are. As you can see, so this is a buff that, you know, Riesz cannot buff with normally, but she can get it through here. Again, you're at the mercy of RNG, and let's see if we can get it on Kevin. And we got it on Kevin and attack. So just like that. So sometimes, you know, it will or it won't. But still, you're getting 2 for 1, and we also get it. So this is Vanadis' strength in min-maxing and being the most efficient way possible. It's just her and your carry. Starlancer will not be able to drop any of these extra buffs, and it's the Starlancer's. It's not bad by any means. I mean, there's really no class or character that's bad in the game. Everything can work. Everything will work. But you generally want to go Vanadis for a team where you have a singular, strong character. And even Riesz herself, I mean, she could just be the carry. You could just do Hawk and Charlotte, or Hawk and you know. But that's a whole different discussion here. So this is the Vanadis' main strengths. Let's see if there's anything else I want to go over. Okay, let's go over Oracle. So we'll leave those there. So personal style. What this does is when you cast a class strike, she's going to get a buff here. Hopefully. Let's try that again. There we are. So this is a hard buff. It's the same thing as Strengthen. Same deal. Only that we just buffed our magic because we have random buff. But same deal. So this is quite useful because, number one, it's a chain ability. The Oracle, that is. Sorry. Oracle is a chain ability, and it more or less does the same thing as personal style, but it also increases magic defense and magic defense. And this is it's just good because for example, you would give personal style to Kevin. The attack is more than sufficient for him. However, even though he has the second highest HP in the game, his defense is rather low. So with something with Oracle, you would get the attack and you get the defense. So there's a little more use out of it. It's a chain skill. You want to put it on somebody else. Even Riesz herself, Whirlwind Spear is quite good. You know, she's just, and she can make use of the magic attack with Freya. So same deal. Let's do Freya real quick. Let's drop a class strike, and let's call it a vid. Whip it good. Alrighty, look at that. So let's see if I can. Oh, well, these guys aren't going to hit with static. I don't believe. Well, she's going to kill him anyways. But this will inflict the mini status effect on him, which means you just crush him and move on to the next pack. But this is the only way that she would be considered a caster. It's good. It's just going to cost a lot of MP. I mean, you see it. It's just going to chunk your meter. And on top of it, you know, you still need to strengthen your team. And you're probably going to be spamming these 2 or 3 times to get the extra buffs. So it's really MP intensive. Let's go ahead and check this class strike. Wow, he interrupted everything. Alright, hopefully he can be quiet now. Look at that. So big AoE, and it's definitely needed. Again, you're really gonna want something that's, you know, you're already, you know, this far in the game. You want something nice for a main, a DPS carry Riesz, and this is exactly what you need. These two are still good, but you know they've worn out their welcome at this point in the game. So Riesz Vanadis is quite strong. This is a more offensive oriented build. So let's just build her out real quick. Let's see. Let's go light of guidance. That's good. Attack. That's attack for her. Everyone else. You gotta have extra potent. That's really good. You're gonna want to go bountiful for healing. You're going to go random buff, get those extra buffs, and last but not least, you are, where is it? There we are, stat boost. So this would be the support. Again, if you're going to go DPS with her, you would drop some of these, obviously, and just throw on the attack, counter, something like, you know, the mighty, you know, pinpoint, this type of deal. So she's good, really good. So I think I'll end it here. I'll see you guys again. Take care.